Yes, the show closed, but I still want to review it. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will be reviewing the 2023 revival of Parade, starring Ben Platt and Michaela Diamond. So let's get right into the video. Segment 1. What was the show about? Obviously there are spoilers for the show. Yes, it did close, but sometimes you don't want to get so spoiled, so spoilers ahead if you have not seen the show yet. Parade is about Leo and Lucille Frank, who are a Jewish couple who live in Georgia. And Leo is the lead suspect in a murder of a 13-year-old girl, and he eventually is found guilty not once but twice. And he escapes getting hung, but sadly at the end of the show he is actually hung and is killed. So we're going to talk about the production team of the show. Jason Robert Brown wrote the music and lyrics. The book is by Alfred Uhry. I really hope that's how you say that. Again, I cannot pronounce names. Harold Prince helped with this a lot in writing the show, and the specific production was directed by Michael Arden. Segment 2, sets, costumes, choreography, and orchestrations. This is a very basic set because the show was brought over from the New York City Center, so it was originally just like a semi-staged concert version, sort of like Into the Woods, but it was a little more fleshed out. And it's a very basic set, but it does such a great job. It does what it has to, and what's really nice is they have this projection. They have like a box in the middle of the stage so they can put projections on that so it can show you the years, so you can tell what time it is, who the people are, and it shows real photos of the people in the back, which I think is such a good way of reminding people that this is a real thing that happened and keeping the real people in the story while still telling the musical. The costumes are pretty basic. They, like, sometimes in costumes you can like tell certain stuff about the story and analyze it, but there isn't really much to do that with these costumes. They just serve their purpose and they're costumes. The choreography is very beautiful. I love the choreography in The Glory. They have the young soldier and the person who plays Lila dancing in the background, and it's just very pretty. It adds something extra to that song, and I love the staging. I think this counts as choreography during Old Red Hills of Home when everyone's coming up and then they stand their line and they do their little pose on their count. It's very pretty. It's very minimal choreography, but when it's there, it's there and it's very good. Last but not least is the orchestra. This score is so beautiful, so just hearing it live with all those added orchestrations and like just the full orchestra is so pretty, and it adds so much to the show. Next segment, was the show good? Of course it was. It was Parade. This show is just beautiful. It is so heartbreaking. It was done so well. The casting is perfect. The directing is perfect. Everything about the show is perfect, and it's so good and very well deserved that Tony win of Best Revival. How are the performances? Ben Platt in this performance, yes, you hear him sing and it's like, oh, it's just Ben Platt singing, but he adds so much emotion to it, and his acting is really good, especially in It's Hard to Speak My Heart. That part is so good, and he just is great and is Ben Platt, but it's really good. I think Michaela Diamond is the standout though. Her performance is just heartbreaking, and it's hard to speak my heart. You Don't Know This Man and All the Wasted Time and all of it. Her vocals are perfection. Her emotion is so raw and beautiful, and she is just incredible in the show. My other standout performances are Jake Federson. He plays Frankie Epps, and his voice is perfect. He is amazing. Him in a funeral sequence is so amazing, and like he's like terrifying at the end of that, just like screaming, and it's so good, but it's so emotional, but it still sounds so good, and it's great. All of like the younger people in this cast, Erin Rose Doyle is such a level of Mary Fagan. She is so like you see her and you immediately love her when she comes on stage, and it just adds so much more to the story. Because if you had an unlikable Mary Fagan, then like the story wouldn't make sense. But since she plays it that way, it's so great. And her voice during Factory Girls is so pretty, and her and Jake together is just perfection. Jay Armstrong Johnson has his big number, Big News, and it's so catchy, and he sings it so well, and it's great, and he performs it so well. Alex Joseph Grayson is awesome in his role. He belts these really high notes, and it's so good. He brings the house down with his singing, and it's fantastic. I can't not mention Charlie Webb, who plays the young soldier in the beginning. His voice in that is just amazing, and it was so great to hear that live. Standout numbers, This Is Not Over Yet. It's like my favorite song in the entire world, and hearing that live was incredible. Final thoughts / future of the show. I really hope this show has a future. They're definitely gonna do more concert stagings as they've done in the past. But what's really cool about this production is they added on stuff. So like they added new scenes, and some orchestrations were changed. So this show is constantly evolving, and I really hope it gets another like fully staged production, not just concert versions, because it is a really beautiful show and is so good. This was filmed for the Lincoln Center Archives, so I'm really hoping that gets released, because this show needs to be released, and so everyone can see it. Final thoughts, it's just such a beautiful show. If you didn't get to see it, I would highly suggest listening to the soundtrack, because it is such a beautiful production, and I really hope there's a tour or another revival, because it is such a beautiful show, and it was very well recognized with Tony Awards. So yeah, that has been my thoughts on Parade, the musical. Sadly, no longer on Broadway, but it had a good life. If you liked this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what other videos you want me to make, because I like doing these reviews, but I want to do other types of musical theater related videos. Also, I'm starting to do documentary style videos. My first one hopefully will be coming out within the next couple of weeks. I just started editing that right now, and hopefully you guys like it. Stay tuned for new types of videos, and hopefully more reviews if I go see more professional shows, and for some shows I saw a couple months ago. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!